Now, if I could just keep my papers straight. There we go. Shabbat Shalom. This week, we began not only a new episode, a new parsha, but we also began a new season, a new book of the Torah, Bamidbar Sinai, the book of Numbers, the fourth book of the Torah. The first episode of Numbers, also called Bamidbar, in fact, focuses on numbers, or more precisely, on counting, on taking a census. We read in verse 2, Se'u et rosh kol adat b'nei Yisrael lemishpechotam leveit avotam b'mispar shemot. It's usually translated, take a census of the whole Israelite community by the clans of its ancestral houses, a listing of names. But a more literal translation reveals the methodology of the census. Literally, Se'u et rosh, raise up the head of each of the community of the Israelites, according to their clan, according to their ancestral house, by number of names. The use of the phrase Se'u et rosh, raise the head, teaches us the importance of the individual, that each rosh, each head, is unique and important. Each is essential in and of him or herself. Census taking, from a Jewish point of view then, is no mere numbering. It is instead the acknowledgement and the empowerment of each individual member of the community. The Torah hints at this by preserving an incredibly ancient list of names of the head of each tribe. Elitzur, son of Shedeur of the tribe of Reuben; Shlumiel, son of Zurishaddai of the tribe of Simeon; Nachshon, the son of Aminadav of the tribe of Judah; Nathaniel, son of Zuar, the tribe of Issachar; Eliab, son of Chelon of the tribe of Zebulun; and from the Josephite tribes, Elishama, son of Amihud of the tribe of Ephraim; and Gamliel, son of Pedatsur of the tribe of Manasseh; Avidan, son of Gidoni of the tribe of Benjamin; Achiezer, son of Ammishaddai of the tribe of Dan; Pagiel, son of Ochran of the tribe of Asher; Eliasaph, son of Duel of the tribe of Gad; and Achirah, son of Enan of the tribe of Naphtali. Not many of these names are selected on a regular basis at Jewish baby namings, but we remember them. Given that, with the exception of Nachshon, who's famous, these names are mentioned barely once in Scripture. So why does the Torah bother to record them at all? Well, I think the answer is that community is always made up of individuals. And individuals always have their own identity and their own name. And I'd argue that community cannot coalesce without us knowing each individual by her or his own name. The lesson in this week's parashah, this episode, is that our leaders need to be careful to pay attention to individuals and not reduce us to mere numbers or numerics. In fact, biblical and rabbinic tradition both counsel caution in regards to census taking, to counting the people of Israel. Tomorrow's Haftarah from the prophet Hosea reads, "The number of the people of Israel shall be like the sands of the sea, not to be measured nor counted." Reducing us to numbers, to numerics, denies the essential nature of human beings, that each one of us is created in the divine image. Each one of us is unique, that each of us is one. That idea is reflected in the famous rabbinic maxim that whoever destroys one single soul, it is considered as if they destroyed an entire world. And one who saves one single soul, it is considered as if they saved an entire world. The ultimate Jewish number is one. God is one. And each of us is also one. Yet, for all our tradition's value and respect for the individual, we also know that an individual who goes it alone is unlikely to survive the journey Bamidbar Sinai, into the wilderness, the journey we now take in the Torah. Our English word alone is derived from the combination of two English words, all and one. To be alone is to be all of one. Human beings, unlike God, are not created to be both singular and alone. And yes, I know there's a qualitative difference today between being alone and being lonely, another linked word. But I might argue that loneliness is only a matter of multiplying being alone against time. Life is not lived alone from a Jewish perspective. It is lived with and among a community. In fact, one of the worst punishments and penalties in the biblical period was to be cast out of the community physically, to be forced out into the wilderness alone by oneself. To achieve not merely survival, but to succeed and prosper, requires then a willingness for the one to participate in the community, the collective. Of course, Jews are not a colony of ants or bees. To be part of the community doesn't mean giving up one's identity or individuality. Each one of us brings our own unique strengths, but it is only in the context of community that those respective individual strengths create a network, a fabric that supplements and supports our concomitant limitations and weaknesses. The rabbis teach that phrase, se'u et rosh, raise up the head, is also a reciprocal undertaking. For in raising the head, each person whose head is raised is reminded that one's individual actions can affect the condition of the other ones around them. Se'u et rosh can be a directive for us to raise an individual's awareness and consciousness beyond the blinders of self. Or as we might say today, get your head up out of that screen and see the people around you. That's why worship, religious schooling, holidays, and life cycle all involve not just one, but the gathering of many ones, a minyan of ones, literally a count, or perhaps better, a minimum count, a quorum, a representation only of that greater uncountable community of Israel. And that is why each time we speak of numbers, we must be sure we are also speaking of individuals with names and identities. Not only Moses and Miriam, not just Serge and Ayelet, but all the individuals who are part of this great endeavor. All of us who are seeking to bring our strengths and share them. All us ones. As the saying goes, how does the Holy One of Blessing count the people of Israel? One, and one, and one, and one, and one, and one. Each one with a unique name and face and story. Se'u et rosh. Let's each one of us raise up our head. Shabbat Shalom. As always, I invite your reactions, responses, critiques, and feedback on the words I'm privileged to offer from the Bima, and I appreciate seeing those comments. I won't get to look at them until after Shabbat, and sometimes it takes me a little while to catch up, but I very much appreciate that every week there have been at least a few and sometimes more emails waiting for me. So please do let me know what you think and offer your thoughts back to me. We are going to turn to our prayer for those in need of blessing.